By now, we all understand the harmful effects of what bullying can do to a child. We also understand that bullying can show up as early as kindergarten and last as long as through high school. The purpose of this video is to provide you, the parents, with research-based and proven effective methods to not only prevent your child from ever being bullied, but to also help prevent your child never does any of the bullying themselves. First and foremost, one of the largest single factors that have increased bullying rates over the past 5-10 years has been the misunderstanding of the definition of bullying. We did a survey of over 3,000 elementary and middle school aged children. Of the 3,000 surveyed, less than 30% of the students surveyed could accurately define bullying. What that results in over the last 5 or 10 years has been multiple misunderstandings and claims of bullying taking place when in fact it was something different. Our parents understanding the correct definition of bullying, relaying and helping make sure their kids understand it, will drastically decrease the amount of bullying incidents, not only for your child, but for the school that they attend. So I can give you the correct definition so that you can teach your child. Bullying is an act that can be verbal. It can be physical. It can be online. It can be in person. It can be written, text, or even take place through a third party. The biggest distinguishing factor of bullying is that it takes place multiple times over extended periods of time. For example, if a student comes up to your child, pushes them down, calls them names, and gets others in a group to do the exact same, for that instance, that's not bullying. If, by any means, that student is engaged in that same repeated act over more than 2 days, 3 days, anything more than that, that is an act of bullying. It doesn't mean that that child should not be punished severely for their acts. In fact, what they did was assault or physical assault. It doesn't mean that we don't treat it as strongly, but it does mean that if we can accurately define it, we have a better chance of solving it, not just for your student, but for the students involved in the school. The next actions we're going to take are talk about the elementary age student and some successful research-based, proven effective methods that you can share with your elementary age child at home to, again, prevent them from ever being a victim of bullying. Here are 3 methods for the elementary age child. Method 1, model compassionate, respectful relationships from the time your child is young. One of the best ways to ensure that your child isn't a victim of bullying is to make sure that they have high self-esteem and that they see on a daily basis strong interpersonal relationships at your home. Method 2, stay connected with your child through thick and thin. Lonely kids are more likely to be bullied than any other type of kid. Allowing them to make sure that not only that they know you have their back, that they see you behind their back on a regular basis is a very strong method. And last but not least, the third method, model confident behavior with other people. If you tend to back down easily so that you don't make a scene, your child will take that on. Make sure that you're modeling standing up for yourself in a respectful manner so that your child knows that it shouldn't be something that's frightening or so very scary. It should be something normal. Those 3 methods are for elementary age students. We're going to get to secondary age students next. Here are 2 methods for the secondary age student. First method, directly teach your child respectful self-assertion. Kids need to know that they can get their needs met while being respectful of other people. Give them words to stick up for themselves early on. Something like, I want you to call me by my name if somebody's teasing them. I don't like being talked to that way. Even in the classroom, raising a hand for a teacher, being respectful and asking a question and asking for it to be met. Give them the words and the scenarios to be assertive so that they can model that with their peers. Second method for secondary age student, teach your child basic social skills. Seems basic enough, but trust me, it's not done enough. Kids who are outsiders are more likely to be bullied. Bullies prey on children whom they perceive to be vulnerable, including needy children who are so desperate for acceptance that they continue to hang around a group of peers even when that group of peers teases them unmercifully. Making sure that your child knows what kind of groups to move into, that knows how to accept or be accepted by slowly moving into a group, not barging in and demanding that people respect them now, but being able to enter into a social circle and recognize the values of that social circle so that it is congruent with theirs. In a nutshell, again, teaching your child basic social skills, how to interact and have good conversations with kids is a necessary method. The next methods are going to be for both secondary and elementary students, and we are going to look at actual defensive techniques, if you will, to defend your child from a bullying situation. The final method that we'll be discussing, which can be used at elementary and secondary levels for kids, is the method of teaching your child to defend themselves from bullying. Here are 6 of the most successful strategies to help kids defend themselves, courtesy of bullying expert Michelle Borba. Number 1, for first strategy, assert yourself. Teach your child to face the bully by standing tall and using a strong voice. Strategy number 2, question the response. Ann Bishop, who teaches violence prevention, tells her students to respond to an insult with a non-defensive question. Something like, "Why would you say that?" Or, "Why would you want to tell me I'm dumb or fat or hurt my feelings? Why would you want to do those things?" The third strategy, use "I want." Communication experts suggest teaching your child to address the bullying beginning with "I want" and say firmly what he wants changed. "I want you to leave me alone. I want you to stop teasing me" is a successful strategy. The fourth strategy, agree with the teaser. Consider helping your child create a statement agreeing with their teaser's tease. "You're dumb." Child, "Yeah, but I'm good at it." Or teaser, "Hey, 4 eyes, child, you're right, my eyesight is poor." Something to allow them to agree with the statement and still maintain their integrity. The fifth strategy, ignore it. Bullies love it when their teasing upsets their victim, so help your child find a way to not let his tormentor get to him. Fifth graders offer kid-tested ways to ignore teasers. Pretend they're invisible. Walk away without looking at them. Quickly look at something else and laugh, and look completely uninterested. The last strategy for making sure that your child has what it takes to defend themselves from bullying, make fun of the teasing. Fred Frankel, author of Good Friends Are Hard to Find, suggests victims answer every tease with a reply, but not tease back. The teasing often stops, Frankel says, because the child lets the tormentor know he's not going to let their teasing get to them, even if it does. Suppose the teaser says, "You're stupid." The child says a rehearsed comeback such as, "Really?" Other comebacks could be, "So, you think that?" or "You don't say?" or "Your point is," or "Hey, thanks for telling me." These strategies are, again, research-based and proven effective. If there's ones that you need more explanation on or don't understand completely, please do not hesitate to contact us. Last but not least, if all of these strategies and methods are used and the very slim chance happens that they don't work the way you want them to, or they're not giving you everything you want, make sure that you involve the school administration. Your kids need to know the difference, please, between being a tattletale or a snitch, as they call it in secondary level, versus helping keep their school safe. Make sure they understand that difference. And again, your right and your child's right to attend a school that is safe is not only the responsibility of the school administrator, they want to make sure that that is happening. So involve them in this process and make sure that at any time where you feel that this is not something that can be controlled or it's gotten too severe, involve the school administration. If there are follow-up questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact us. And remember, bullying is not cancer. There is a cure, and the only way it continues to grow is if we stand by and do nothing.